Are we alive? I think we are. You want to talk about tomatoes?
What?
I'm down to talk about tomatoes.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
thought you
Are we live right now?
We're live.
Oh, see,
97 seconds. I got to catch you with a smoking gun.
My man, you're like an ambush predator, except you need your
Ooh.
eyes on the top of your head.
That's
like
a
this.
compliment coming from you.
You need to look like Elmo more.
Nah, my eyes got to get closer together, you guys said.
They are closer together. You just need them up higher.
No, closer.
Elmo's a fucking ambush predator.
An ambush predator?
Mm-hmm.
Elmo, the red guy?
Yep.
What about Cookie Monster?
Ambush predator.
Him too?
Yep.
Out of the dumpster diving?
Yep. No, it's just you could tell by their eyes. The placement of their eyes.
This is not good.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, I think we'd take that as a compliment if you called us an ambush predator. That's pretty good. Coming from your people, I'm just saying. That's not the toppy-eyed red guys either. Oh, Joe Skelly, I spent all week looking for you. I went to some weird places. Yeah. I thought for sure you'd be at that local wrestling match that I went to.
I wasn't there.
I heard some rumors.
I was too busy thinking about that lady you'd said you saw with the karate outfit at the liquor store.
Oh, no. She wasn't at the wrestling. Imagine if she was there. She was a thickin'.
She'd probably be drunk.
Bro, full. So we were down in Florida looking for Bigfoot that week. And here's old girl with her full black karate gi, with her black belt, with like 9 gold stripes on it and a dragon, embroidered. Yeah. When you see like the family, when it's like, the mom, the dad, and the 2 kids wearing their Taekwondo outfits and they all have white belts on, it kind of makes sense.
They all went there to do it together.
Well, they're crewed up.
As a family?
Yeah, they're trying to show you.
Or they just rolling the streets like that.
Right.
They're trying to get down like, don't fuck with the family.
You always see the families, but genuinely think about this. When's the last time you seen anybody above an orange belt or a yellow belt at the gas station with their belt on? You don't. But this lady...
I've never seen a family walking around with their white belts on.
Oh.
Trying to act like a gang. Isn't that how you get fucked up as a family?
Not in this neighborhood. As long as they've got the 2 yellow stripes, they're protected.
Oh.
Protected.
All right.
You know all the famous martial artists you guys got around here. We can't get into that. R.I.P. Guy Savelli.
Oh.
R.I.P. Linda DeVecchio.
Oh.
Go look all those up if you want mad history of the Ohio's weird
martial arts
circle. That's only 2. That's the only 2 I know. There's more.
There's way more.
There's a lot more.
But
those are the 2 that are near us.
The big crazy one you mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Men that stare at goats.
Men who stare at goats. Could you imagine if you were in the military and got paid to do that for a job? Like, listen, it's hard enough. I've met military guys before in passing, like a couple of them, and they're like, man, I tell people, that all I did was like, refuel a chopper, and they're like, people don't believe me, and I'm like, that's weird that they don't believe you. Why would you make something like that up? Like, hey, my job was to refill this fucking big giant plane.
Oh, you never hear anybody who was like, I was in the military. Yeah, what'd you do? I was a clerk.
Right.
I pushed papers.
Nobody ever says that. It's always something cool, and then they're like, nobody believes me. And I'm like, well, that's because we don't have those jobs here. Nobody has that job. So
somebody at the airport does.
Oh, yeah, the airport people. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we know we only fly once a year. And when's the last time? I haven't flown in 5-7 years now? When's the last time you flew, Joe Skelly?
Not that long ago.
Probably when you were trying to avoid me on a Wednesday.
That's possible.
Well, you know what? I'm going to figure out what you do all week. That's my new goal. If any of you have any fucking clue what this guy does Monday through Saturday, let me know. Because I've been trying to figure it out. I think he's basically a fucking ninja. I've been all in his hood sipping tea, as the youngins say.
Is that what the kids are saying?
They say, I'm sipping tea in your hood. What the fuck is up?
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't have that part.
Oh.
Because I just text Joe Skelly and say, hey, what's up? I don't got to be like, I'm sipping tea in your hood. What the fuck is up? So, but I just, hey, I thought you'd be at the wrestling match. The wrestling match was cool. You know how you can tell at the local match who the pros are?
How's that?
The only one that has done a full cycle. Oops.
Ooh.
Are we supposed to? Hey, PEDs are legit now.
No.
You can just get injections in your butt now. They don't call them PEDs anymore for men. They call them, what do they call them?
Therapy.
Yeah. Ah, yes. We had to go through cryotherapy, red therapy, waterboarding therapy, just to get where it's okay to shoot your ass full of test and it's legal now. Don't worry, as long as some nice lady named Tracy at the age of 35 does it right into your buttocks, it's 100% not bad.
It's legal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Legal. Good luck
I have low
with that.
T. I have low T.
I have low T. Listen, I got low T's too. It's because I draw lowercase.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Listen, first of all, we're not medical guys. Well,
Not at all.
we're not medical guys, so we're not giving medical advice. But we had a friend who's one of our buddies who wanted to go to that. And when he came back and I was like, dog, I think you need to look that up, because he was like, I'm just going to do it for a little while. And I was like, that's not how that works.
I don't know that.
Oh, yeah. 3 weeks later, he came back. He goes, you were right. He said, the injections are for life.
Mm-hmm.
Homie, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Once you start that, you can't stop.
You're not a fucking V8 fucking truck, bro. You can't. Could you imagine?
Yeah. Because your body stops producing it.
Right. It's just like anything, right? Same thing. What if you start drinking liquid diets all the time? What's that weird thing you always tell me?
Oh yeah. If you get on a liquid diet, just stay on the liquid diet. Your intestines lose their motility, which means your intestines stop moving,
Bro.
and stop pushing things.
Bro.
So then things just slide through you.
No. We don't want
So
nothing.
if you eat solid food after that, it might not work so well.
This is what, and most of you people, if you were born in the 80s or 90s, I know every one of you motherfuckers listening has probably tried the salad diet, where you're just like, I'm going to try the salad diet consistently. And that mixed with the fiber and everything, getting that kind of reaction. Could you imagine?
Ooh.
I just don't want it.
I'll tell you what diet works. The chocolate nicotine liquor diet works.
Oh. Did you learn about that while you were in college, mate? That's one of those college ones that you picked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just drink liquor, smoke
different-
cigarettes,
Oh.
and just eat nothing but chocolate.
My God. You know, people right now are talking a lot of shit, but you have everything you need. You have the upper, you have the downer, and you have whatever the other one is to just basically stop anything from happening in your body. I'm not sure which ones are which in this particular case, because it's not like a regular ECA stack, but it's kind of the same thing. But it's kind of the same thing.
Kind of.
3 components to adjust your chakras. and let me tell you, they will adjust.
Yes.
Now,
your chakras will adjust.
Joe Skelly's not leaving out the point that he had very fine-tuned coaches there to also stand there and tell him when he's fucking it up, so to speak.
Listen,
So
and just
there's
do
a
and
little bit of
just
that.
do 2-a-days.
Oh my God.
Just do 2-a-days and you're fine.
Listen, our football crowd right now is shaking their head up and down.
Oh yeah.
It'll work.
Except in the wrestling crowd, just don't want a trash bag.
The wrestling crowd.
Just wrap yourself in trash bags. You'll be
my
fine.
Goodness. Speaking of the wrestling crowd, let's get into it. We've just returned from our great spiritual outing. Well, you know we got to cover it. I got 5 minutes to wrestle with a wrestler while we were there. Man, those guys are just built differently.
Yes, they are.
They have different ideas of stuff. They have very different bullfighting techniques.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was wrestling around with that guy and I was like, oh, yes, they don't teach us in the mats this kind of stuff.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And my man is freakishly strong.
What is with that? You got almost, I think he was there for the spiritual side. He wasn't there for the physical side like me, but because he wasn't sweating.
Nah.
No, there was no sweat.
None.
I mean, he was having a good time. But it was just nice to be bucked up on a dude where I was like, hey, man, I see where this knife comes into play here because this ain't happening. Like, why are you so strong, dog? I was like, what happens if I bury this in the back of your neck? He goes, don't worry. They're going to be shitting themselves after I do this. I'm like, oh, you're probably not wrong, you big bullheaded motherfucker. He was like, I like to drop the arms and just go straight through them. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah.
I warn people when they come to the school. I'm like, listen, dude, you can pick the stand up, you can pick the ground. If you want to go to the God stuff, you got to go where they change grounds. They're like, oh, you were standing and now you're not. This is my art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like when you start bum gym.
Yeah. Bum Gym is coming, you bastards. Bum Gym. No, it needs to be. Yeah, I guess it could be called Bum Gym. It was already called Bum Fight, so we can't call it that.
No, that's
It's gotta
already
be-
been outlawed.
Yeah, it's got to be completely non-credited fighters. And we don't want none of that fucking Mickey shit from what's his face's character from Snatch, old boy stretching out and then knock you out in one punch. That's ludicrous. Nobody ever made a bet or a winning on that shit. Listen, we're going to have to change our names once we start running our betting circles again, because everyone's just going to know, be like, Tyler's taking you. What
You're
happened?
getting hustled.
Yeah, what happened?
Why are you betting here? Go away. You're going to lose your money.
I saw him juicing some dude in the ass earlier with a needle. We know who's about to throw this motherfucker.
Do not get involved.
PEDs are legal, okay? They're allowed now.
It's therapy.
It's therapy.
It's therapy.
It is
It's
therapy.
lifetime therapy.
What happens when they beat their wives or some shit because they're just not used to that?
Well, it's different.
Oh.
It's different.
Oh, it's a different kind of test.
It's a different mix. It's not
Oh.
it's not the Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
It's not the Stallone.
No D-ball here.
No, it's not that. It's not the horse stuff. I think it's human. I don't know. Could be synthetic. I don't know.
How do you feel you did at the retreat? Do you feel spiritually that you came home different as a person?
I'm cleansed.
You're cleansed?
Yeah.
My man was running up hills. Did you tell them about your races? You were racing dudes that were not even close to you in age, and you were keeping up.
Listen, my man.
My man called you out, and I
people
knew
underestimate me all the time.
I don't know if that particular gentleman. I mean, I know he meets us at the retreat every year, but he was like blah 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 Joe Skelly. I was like, dog, did you just say that? My man's gonna take his fucking shoes off, and then you did, and I was like, yep, there it is. I'm like, I know we're trying to defeat our ego, but some stuff you just can't say. We already knew the Ricky Bobby saying they're second, third, fourth, fifth, and whatever, but we're going to buck this race whether you want to or not.
Listen.
This is why we can't go to rodeos. I mean, I would if Joe Skelly ever invited me. But he takes our other people to rodeos.
Oh,
more.
wow.
All right, I shouldn't have said that.
Wow.
You know what? That's negative behavior, bringing up our past relationships with other gentlemen.
You know what?
I shouldn't have said that.
Every
I take
year,
it back. I apologize.
Every year you're invited to the
I
rodeo.
apologize. I shouldn't have said
Every
that.
single year you're invited to the rodeo.
Sometimes we miss it. Sometimes we gotta go. Sometimes I just gotta sip tea in your hood and go watch wrestling. Listen, there's some jack stuff, bro. Those guys go through a lot. I've seen
You can say what you want about wrestling,
Yeah.
but the bumps are
no,
real.
Yeah. Listen.
You can only fall 12 feet. You can't fake falling 12 feet.
No. And dude, some of them boys were like 8, 9 feet tall. So when they've got your ass up in the air, plus a little bit of joy that they put into it for you to go higher.
Yeah.
That's 15, 20 feet. You're fucking getting thrown there, guy.
Yeah. And by the way, underneath that canvas, it's plywood.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. What is up with that?
I'm just saying.
I have, how do I say this? I've never seen so many people take so many hits in a sport designed where they're supposed to mimic fighting, but they're not really fighting. Because again, body slams are body slams.
Doesn't matter.
And I got to tell you right now, traditionally, I did not see a lot of like traditional break falling. So I don't know how these guys are being trained, but some of that shit looked like it hurt.
Oh, I'm sure
I wanted to be like, roll your hips sideways. Stop fucking landing flat on your back, my man. Exhale when you fall. You know, like I wanted to start yelling tips, but I'm like, don't say anything. Just be quiet. You know, don't
listen. You
You're
don't
starting to
want the
hurt my
crowd there
soul.
to turn on you.
No.
That's
So-
you do not want that crowd turning on
So
you.
that's a fucking thing. That is the two things that I learned about wrestling in my first local match. Well, my first match ever. Number one, you're getting fucked up in that mat. I don't care who you are.
Right.
I don't care who you are. Some big dude who sprayed him down with some oil and water in the back is about to throw your ass across the ring. You're getting fucked up. The other thing is they really run that crowd.
Oh yeah, they work it.
They are showmen.
Yes,
Is
they
that,
are.
Is that what the word is?
Yeah, showman. Yeah,
Wow.
they know how to pop the crowd, right? Look, if you really want to know about the business, there are a couple of books out there you can read
Tell them.
that break them down.
Tell them about it.
There was a guy, that pro wrestler Mick Foley, wrote like 2 or 3 books about
About how fucked up it is.
the business.
I'll bet it's as fucked up as that fucking shit we watched. Remember? Old show, Gladiators. Remember Gladiators?
The Gladiator. Yeah.
Remember how railroaded
American
those
Gladiators
motherfuckers were?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just out there beating the fuck out of each other for no pay.
They were like, we didn't get paid shit. There was no medical on site.
No medical.
We had no insurance.
They were just fucking praying. And sadly, as in everything, there's a couple guys that got fucked in there.
Oh, yeah.
They got injured before it hit mainstream. They never got paid out.
Nope.
They never received any compensation.
Nope.
They just walked away, and they're part of a legacy and a system they built that they're not being paid for.
That is 100% correct.
That is
And
wild.
that show was crazy. Like when you got into the nitty gritty of that show that we saw in that documentary, that was wild as fuck.
Right. And it just, and again, the wrestling thing, I remember one interview from The Rock talking about how, so first of all, one of the funny, not funny, but cool things that I heard about their culture is how when they're walking around in the locker room in the pro circuits, everybody thanks the headliner.
Yeah.
And says, thank you for getting us work.
Yep.
I've never heard this.
I saw.
That's crazy.
That when I watched the documentary on Steve Austin,
yeah.
they were like, everybody was like, hey, thanks for what you're doing. Thanks for what you're doing.
That is wild. And then they're talking about, The Rock was talking about how even if you have an injury, you're like, fuck, I can't not go. You just go out there with a bucked up hip, go out there with a torn rotator cuff, and you just put on the best show that you can put on, and you wince and sweat through that pain. That's what I think about when I see them sweating now. I'm just like, which injury is flaring up right now? Because you look messed up, homie. You look messed up.
I heard something about Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I guess he was doing a series of house shows with the Ultimate Warrior, right? And
yeah.
Ultimate Warrior had the face paint and the things tied to his arms.
Like he was going to their house, or you mean like
no, the house shows? So like the local, they were going, when they go, because they wrestle every single week.
Gotcha.
Not the big pay-per-views, house shows, right?
Oh, that's what they're called.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. And his job was to put the Ultimate Warrior on, right?
Oh.
And there's in each match, there's a moment when the Ultimate Warrior is supposed to clothesline Andre the Giant, but he was doing it stiff.
Ooh.
And I guess Andre the Giant was like, don't stiff me no more. He kept doing it.
Right.
And I guess Andre the Giant got tired of it. And they got to a show, and when he's supposed to get clothesline, Andre the Giant just stuck his fist out, and my man ran into it face first at 100 miles an hour. He just slayed the Ultimate Warrior up.
Right.
He said for the rest of that tour, the Ultimate Warrior never stiff-armed him again.
Yeah, of course, dude. You got to have some sort of mutual freaking respect.
Right.
Because the 9-foot dude's letting you beat his ass like that's for real or something.
Right.
There were some smaller guys. Shout out to the, I don't know what they were called. Chaotic Youth, something Youth. They had the anarchy symbols on their butt cracks. It was very nice. Very cute.
Okay.
Younger guys. But they were just getting smashed on by these 8-foot tall motherfuckers. Dude, it was like watching like teenagers fight monsters. Very impressive. But again, when you're doing that, are you really trying to make that big behemoth Rock mad?
No.
So when you come at him, he just plasters you across that fucking board?
No. I mean, they're doing their job, right? They're taking their bumps, putting those big guys on, right?
You got to have respect.
Got to have respect, because
put some respect
maybe
on
one
it.
of them big behemoths decides to take that shit personal, and the next time he's gonna drive you right through the bottom of that mat.
Right. Yeah, and watching it, like you said, it was the bigger guy coming to do the house show, and I didn't know that thing existed. I thought that all the wrestling we watch is just the wrestling on TV.
No, there are tons of local circuits.
And they just keep going and going, huh?
Yep. Because they want to all make the big circuits.
Oh. We should just start our own carnival. These business models are all the same, man. We provide a tent. Cool people show up. Other people pay money to see cool people.
Hold on. That's not what you said when I wanted to hold my revival in a big tent.
Oh, you're trying to get us smited by the Lord himself.
You did not. Did not approve of my idea of me holding my summer revival.
Those motherfuckers want to marry you, follow you home, or murder you, though. Listen.
Dude, I had the creepy kids playing instruments.
Oh, God.
I was going to serve food.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
I tried to keep it PG with the wrestling.
I went the wrong direction with this.
We've gone the wrong. We're back to.
Summer revival.
We
need
cannot-
to bring it back.
You're trying to get the Vicky Mackey or Mackey Vickies to follow us home from that bar is what's happening. Those scary ass ghosts down there, man. That's what's going to happen. We run that summer revival.
Oh, Bobby Mackey's?
Bobby Mackey's, yeah. They're going to follow us home. You run that fucking revival. Here's
Look,
the other
I'll
thing
get a
too.
white linen suit.
Here's the other thing too, bro. Joe Skelly's name is getting pretty popular pretty quick.
Oh, is it?
You're pretty famous. You should have heard the people chanting at the retreat. Joe Skelly.
No,
Joe
Lord.
Skelly.
Yeah.
I mean, there were people. Some of the people couldn't even talk to you. They were so scared. You were so high up on the totem pole in front of these people.
Oh, Lord.
What
All
do you-
right.
what- I'm just saying, what are you going to do? You can't hold that revival. Are you going to do the snakes?
No, what, the Bible revival?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't do the strychnine and snakes.
We need the snakes. Is it legit if we don't have snakes? You know what
Yeah,
we should do?
it's legit.
We should get some garden snakes. Nobody will ever know. Just be like, these motherfuckers won't bite us, motherfuckers. And some dude will be like, that's a garden snake. Well, if we paint his green stripe, we'll be fine.
Oh. So you just want to get the rattle can out and paint the snake?
Hit
Then
him
Peter's
fast.
going to show up, bro. I don't
Hit
need
him
that.
fast.
I don't need Peter to
Oh,
show
Pete
up.
is going to show up.
If you paint snakes, somebody will rat you out.
Apparently, if you paint snakes, they'll rat you out. But if you number roaches, it's not a thing.
No, it's not.
That's racist as fuck against the roaches.
Oh, I don't get it.
Man, we are off to a good start.
Yeah, we are.
Listen, let's throw some shout outs to fill it in.
No,
We're still going?
You totally veered away from this karate gi in the liquor store.
Oh, well, you want to talk about her some more?
No, I mean, you just
she wasn't
mentioned-
dating material. Is that what we're talking about? She was big. She looked like
Well,
her sidekick might be like a 30% sidekick. You know?
There's someone for everyone.
There's no 520 B twist going on with this broad. Those donks were not going in the air. And I love you, but if you're in Taekwondo, we got problems.
She wasn't a Muay Thai fighter.
No.
This is what
She
you're
had to
saying.
be like Hapkido.
Oh,
Definitely like Goshen Ryu, fucking Dragon Ball Z. We only do Star Block Hapkido. Listen, shout out to all my boys that do Star Block still. If that's still your fucking thing, send us some money and we'll send you a diagram on how to improve your blocking. And you just go buy some stickers and ask. We'll probably do that for two.
should we make this a new thing? Should we make this a new thing? Like we'll just get karate gis and just post up in liquor stores. Listen, here we go. If you have a karate gi with a belt with a whole bunch of shit on it, and you get a picture of yourself in a liquor store, we will send you stickers.
We will send you.
Just email the show.
Oh,
just
God.
email the show.
Okay, how about this? If you get you in a karate gi in front of the liquor store and we can see it.
Not in front, in the liquor store.
Okay, in the liquor store. And if
and you got to wear the karate shoes.
Oh, well, the slippers. Which slippers? There's so many.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about like the puffy ones so that they don't hurt each other when they kick.
Oh, the guards, like
Yeah.
their shin guards and stuff. Oh, yeah. She had a lot of gold nuggets on her belt.
So she was like a grand dragon.
Yeah. Yes, the highest dragon that you can get. Fuck, we're in trouble. What minute is this? I just want to know 23:23 when they fucking ban us for.
Is that what they call them?
I don't know. I don't want to answer. This is a loaded fucking question.
Or is it grandmaster? Or I don't know what the fuck they call that shit in the martial arts community.
Some of our listeners would be calling this broad mommy if we fucking let them. Listen. Fuck.
So here's the question.
Fuck.
Did she go to the liquor store before class or
Shit.
after class?
Shit. There's changing rooms at the dojo. Who's putting their gi on before the dojo? Why would you do that? I need help.
No, that's because you want everybody to know. You want somebody to try you. And you were like, I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to go to the
fuck
liquor
you up.
store.
Right.
Was it like a state store or was it like a corner store where they had like the buzz balls and the gas station?
It was a supersized me fucking gas station. So it was a big one.
Okay.
So she was out there.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing.
No, 100% knew what you were doing.
Right. She might have been meeting that army soldier there who was running around in his army soldier uniform for his soda.
Oh.
Which I heard you're not supposed to do that either. But again, maybe they were meeting there. They're like, hey, let's wear our uniforms we're not supposed to be wearing
So we
outside.
know who each other is.
Right.
Oh, maybe it was from a dating app. She'd be like, you'll know who I am. I'll be the only one wearing the karate gi. And he was like, you'll know who I am. I'm the only one who's out in town in my uniform when I'm not supposed to be.
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe this was a Tinder date.
Genius. Then from now on, if I ever get a Tinder date ever and I don't have the Mega Beast anymore, I'm going to ask for her to show up in a gi. Can you wear a gi, please? I'm sorry, what's that? I don't have one. Well, then you obviously don't want to hang out with me.
So listen. Oh, speaking of, this is a great topic. Speaking of, there's a young lady at my job, right?
Okay.
Who's back in the dating circuit. So she's got all these profiles, and she's like, "Look at all these people that liked me."
Oh.
And she's having me look through them.
There's a lot to unpack right there.
Yeah. So she's like, "I don't know what to do," and I'm like, "Let me help you search."
Oh no.
Let me help you search.
No.
I said, let's test their dedication.
No.
She was like, what do you mean? I'm like,
God.
you just tell them you have certain needs, and if they could meet them, that you'd be interested in seeing them in real life. Like, have them, be like, send me a video of you jamming your feet in a bowl of cottage cheese. And just go fishing and see what you can.
Did anybody?
How dedicated are they?
Did anybody respond?
No, she wouldn't let me do it. I'm just saying, just let me give me, like, Jesus, take the wheel. Joe Skelly, take the wheel. Take the wheel of this dating app for me. She wouldn't let me do it. But, hey, there's a lot. Listen, back in the day when I had my own profile, I had to actually write, when you have to write about yourself, I actually had to put in there, if you took your profile picture in a truck stop bathroom, stop reading. Because I got nothing but people sending me messages who apparently don't have any friends. They were all selfie pictures, and most of them were taken in bathrooms where you could, in the mirror, where you could see like 4 or 5 stalls behind them. I'm just saying, that's not a good look.
There are so many things to unpack here. Let's go through all this.
No, let's not.
Number 1, Joe Skelly.
I'm just telling you.
For somebody who has...
Everybody has a friend.
Wait a minute.
If you got a dating app out there, have people, your friends take pictures of you. Stop doing the selfie thing.
Oh, take pictures of you. I thought for a second you were going to say put the friend in there, but then I was like, yeah, but then you got to find three to stand
Stop
next
taking
to.
selfies.
Okay, so hold on.
15 different selfies. Don't do the, guys, don't do the shirtless selfie. Chicks don't dig that. All the ladies at work were like, no, we don't want to see that. Don't do it.
Right. If you're already sharing the nips with everyone, they're probably not priceless. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. If you're sharing your nips and your fucking monster tattoo above your heart with the whole fucking place,
yep,
girls aren't going to like it.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many plot holes here. Hold on. Let me write these plot holes in. First of all, why was the guy who women yell at and random men that yell us on the street, even on the dating app? What happened there? How did you end up on there? That's my first question.
What? I don't recall.
Yeah. Sure.
This was way before.
That means nothing to me.
Before.
That means nothing to me.
Okay.
What were you doing on there? You were scouting for something. Because again, people yell at us while we drive down the street. I don't think you needed the Tinder at the time. So that's the first thing. I think you were hunting. I think you were hunting for the secret.
No. This was many, many, many moons ago.
So are you saying you weren't as famous as you are now?
No, I was not. I'm not famous
there
now.
There it is. Almost had him. You saw that? Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Skelly almost admitted it today.
Again, ambush predator. That's all I'm going to say.
I like to... I'm pre-law. I went to school for law. If any of you know, I was in school for philosophizing, and that leads to a law degree. So technically, I'm basically pre-law.
Technically, you're almost a cop. Is that what you're telling me?
Wait a minute. We don't live in LA. That's not possible.
It depends.
Depends on
what community,
what region we're in, and how much they left under the seat.
Okay. Just kind of like,
absolutely
depending
not.
on the region, your coroner might not actually be a doctor. Did you know that?
Jesus.
I bet you didn't know that.
Wait, did you just say coroner?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would the coroner be a doctor?
Oh, in big cities, coroners are medical doctors. But in smaller communities, they're not.
Yeah, that's why in some small communities they have to send out for an autopsy for a murder because the guy who usually handles the body is not smart enough for certified. Oh yeah. That's
Most people,
Oh, yeah,
most
yeah.
most of the people who do autopsies in small communities is the funeral home guy.
right. But again, doesn't hold up in court too well when that dude with his high school degree is
Or his degree in mortuary arts.
mortuary arts. Yeah, how to disassemble and reassemble the Legos is not explanation of outside
What took
sources.
place? Right.
Hey, no disrespect to our casket bearers and whatnot. That's a crazy job.
Yeah.
I almost got a job doing that once,
You know you didn't.
but I never
No, you
walked
didn't.
into the store.
Let me tell you something. That job is on lockdown, and you ain't getting in no matter
Well,
what.
it wouldn't have mattered. I never.
You might
made
have
it
been
in.
an apprentice, but you would never have your own place.
No, I never went in. I only went to the door. The smell got me, and I was like, I'm good. It smells like shit over here. I gotta go. So I walked my happy trench coat wearing ass the other direction.
Well, there you go. That's probably better.
It is better.
Yeah.
You got to fill them with juices and stuff.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
not into that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying. You know
What was
I'm
this
saying.
episode supposed to be about?
Supposed to be about our spiritualness
Oh.
and how we've changed as artists.
Listen, I think your spiritualness was changed the moment you watched that show called Tires. I'm just saying.
That show is so good. Listen, if you guys haven't checked out Tires, go check it out. I don't condone the use of Netflix anymore. I canceled my subscription. But when I'm at Joe Skelly's house, I indulge in Netflix. I don't pay any extra money for it, but I do indulge in that show. Go ahead, tell them about your tire escapade.
I don't recall which Tire escapade
Those
is
two twins that wanted to come home with you.
Look,
Those guys
just
thought
'cause-
Joe Skelly was so unique.
just because my ride is the shit, allegedly, and I allowed some people to work on it.
Listen, it was like an episode of It was like an episode of Fast and the Furious if we had any car but those ones. That's what that was. You've
That
just
doesn't even make sense, but okay.
It does.
Go.
See, if you
run with it.
if you break down the Fast and the Furious, it's a hierarchy of gangs, car gangs. Now, big old Vin Diesel, he got a bunch of motherfuckers to follow him around. Then they jack cars, then they pimp cars. You walked into a place where they were working on your car. The gentleman specifically walked out to idolize and see you, and then they both spent 30 minutes talking about how amazing you and your car are and how they would work on it forever. They would do anything to come out. They could do any custom work. That's literally what happened in Fast and the Furious. Minus Paul Walker, who's a cop.
You forgot about the part that they were probably joyriding in the car for like 7 hours
Happened in Fast and the Furious.
before I got it
They
back.
stole cars and joyride them. So again, you're just affirming what I'm saying in the sense that you now have adopted to
Oh, I could take my rig back to
bearded
that place
right.
anytime I
Oh,
want.
the loyalty is unquestioned, like,
Unwavering.
unwavering. They were like, bring that back. Then they were discussing the custom work you did because in the back they were having an argument over whether or not you had it professionally done, which I think they're still fucked on because you and I know you cheated, but they don't know you cheated. So you took your other Fast and the Furious mechanic, then told the other two mechanic Fast and the Furiouses that you did it, and they were like, I told you he did it himself. He's fucking amazing. That's why he has this car.
And they were tripping about,
My boy almost gave you money to work on your car.
yeah. And that they were talking about, they were even more blown away that I found new old stock for the parts
Oh, gosh.
on Amazon.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Then you had them convinced that they should go buy a car. The one dude literally said, I think I'm going to run over there past that driveway and see if they got one of those cars.
Yes, he did.
And they were already brothers, so they're definitely family.
Yes.
Joe Skelly's building a Fast and the Furious entourage all around the greater
I get-
metropolitan Cleveland area.
You know what? You might be correct about that.
Of course I'm correct. I'm the observer. Literally sit here and crunch data all day while you party up mountains and go to wrestling matches and retreats.
I did not
and
go to
rodeos
wrestling.
without me.
Listen, anytime you want to go to the rodeo and you get to see all them 13-year-old Amish kids smoking cigarettes.
Oh, Oh my. Shout out to our Amish brethren who are living their best life.
Living their best life.
Living their best life. Listen, you want to know what those Amish kids don't do?
What's that?
Receive dopamine drops from Instagram.
They don't.
So they could smoke all the cigarettes in the world. They're probably still healthier than us.
100%.
I'm just saying. Not like they're not going to work that smoke off tomorrow. You know?
They're crazier. They're way crazier than Instagram.
They're way crazy.
That day the bull was out in the field and I thought it was safe. You thought what?
The bull was safe.
You thought the bull was safe?
That's never happened.
And then he goes, but he wasn't.
No. Listen, I got
and
a lot
I said, man, did you try to outrun that bull? And he looked at me and he goes, you can't.
You cannot. There was no try. There was only do not.
Well, my man paid the price. Oh, yeah.
Do you feel better? Do you feel like you aged 10 years? I feel like I did.
No, not at all.
Maybe it's because you beat me at the retreat.
No.
Like emotionally.
If that's how you feel, I apologize.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. I asked for it. Our retreats are very different. What do they, how do you say it? The events that you and I sign up for at our retreat are completely fucking different. Completely. Joe Skelly's in the upper management echelon of, well, management. And he gets to call out of whatever fucking competition he sees, which was why it was interesting that he ran the hill with the younger guys because they were talking shit. Me, I'm just trying to keep up.
Hey, that's
okay.
Look,
that's what we asked for.
We got goals.
I think I lost 20 pounds again.
That's good.
Always.
Listen,
always good.
Next year,
the medic was like, you need to hydrate correctly now. Like, oh, sorry, sir. Thank you. Apologize.
Next year, I'm winning. Next year, I'm winning.
Next year, you're winning? Are you calling that?
Yeah, we're going to go back to the same spot.
Same spot.
Yep. We're going back to the same spot.
Fucking right. I'm bet on Joe Skelly. I bet on Joe Skelly the other day. I was like, fuck this. This is about to happen. If he doesn't win by spirit and whatever, he's going to win by the stick he throws at the guy next to him. One of the two is happening. So.
It was a fairly close race.
It was hella closer than I thought. Even the other guy was like, what?
Now I almost got beat by Joe Skelly.
We won't talk about the Martin Riggs moment or the Riggs and Murtaugh moment of the countdown, but matters not.
It matters not. It matters not.
The competition happened and it was good.
Yeah, it was good for the soul.
It was
big shout out to the crew and everybody that was at the retreat.
Yeah, there was a huge turnout. We love you all. We learned a lot. I tried not to talk the entire time, and still somehow I learned a shit ton, which is weird because they say that you should do that anyways, but that's not entirely true. Sometimes you just fuck yourself if you sit there quietly, right? There has to be a medium.
Yeah.
But we met other artists while we were there. That was interesting.
Mm.
That was very interesting. We thought me and Joe Skelly thought we were bad recording footage and then sitting on it for a few months. No, my man told us, he's like, I've sat on footage for almost 2 decades and still released it. I was like, oh, we've been doing this all wrong, Joe Skelly. I'll just head back over and let all that loose now. There's no time limit here.
There is no time limit.
We can do what the fuck we want.
That's right. You're the boss.
Well,
you're the captain now.
You're the captain. That's right. We are the captains now. So listen, we didn't completely talk about everything we wanted to because fuck it. We didn't have time. We're going to relay into another one. If you haven't gone and listened to the secret episode spot thing, go listen to it.
Oh,
you have to have the code
adventure?
and our adventure. That's our big adventure coming up. We have about 25 days until the big adventure.
25 days until the
25 days, something like that.
And and by the way, if you show up to the event
with the code,
Ed C. Tyler,
with the code,
you
get a gift,
a prize, a gift, whatever you want to call it.
This gift is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
So just show up if you like. Hit us with the code. Let us know.
Yeah, look, if you show up and you don't got the code, that's cool.
Yeah.
You'll just be at the event.
Right. With us. Somewhere. We're totally excited. We're totally excited. We've been talking to a lot of people.
Mayhem.
A lot of
mayhem is
yeah.
going to ensue.
We're expecting to see
Insanity.
other planets. Other planets. That's the best way I can put it.
Not diggable planets.
Shout out to our makeup brethren, and we'll see you guys soon.
Listen, I'm going to be interested to see if someone gets the tattoo and you have to get the tattoo.
Oh, good Lord. I've sold my flesh for less, so I'm fine with it. There's just that's not going on the show, but we've done a lot worse for a lot less, and me and Joe Skelly can agree on that. So I don't think that will be the biggest deal. But listen, if our fan is out there, if you're willing to trade me a tattoo from your camp to ours, we're here. We're down for it.
Down like a clown.
We are down for that clown, as they say in certain places. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bays Boys Podcast. Check us out on YouTube. We make funny quip videos. We have a few out now where we're just talking shit. Oh, that's what we were supposed to cover. We'll do it next episode. So we will talk about that later. We have content on Patreon if you're interested in that kind of thing. We have stickers that we sell that are related to horrible,
Are the ghost pictures up
horrible
on the
things.
Patreon?
Yeah, there's quite a few of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The last load of them went up a while ago.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Ringo. He likes those ones.
Yeah. I'm working on some
those
more.
are his favorites. Yeah, so check that out, guys. Leave us a 5-star rating on, what is it these days?
Your platforms.
All platforms.
All platforms.
Every platforms. I don't give a fuck if it's Mario Kart.
Tell
Leave us a
tell your
5-star rating. Tell.
Leave comments on your favorite videos. Mention the podcast.
Yes.
Tell
you
your
should-
cousin.
Yes.
Tell your auntie. We already talked about tell your auntie.
Yeah.
What
Don't tell my auntie I'm not allowed to cuss.
Right.
So don't do that.
What family member should they tell this week?
Second cousin twice removed.
Second cousin twice removed. Tell them about the podcast.
Give us some range.
Just send them a link. Just send them the link.
Listen, that cousin not by blood that you made out with that one summer, you can call him.
Say, I got a link for you. Check it out.
Right. It's not going to get weirder than that summer.
Nothing is weirder than that summer.
Right. Not in your not yet anyways.
We won't tell them.
Send us emails letting us know how much you hate us. We appreciate all those. And thank you to all 4 of our fans. 30
Oh, and by the way, Moriarty, we may have a project for coming out.
That's true.
We may have a Moriarty project.
Shouldn't have told that guy. We can't trust that guy.
I know.
97 seconds of everything you don't want.